Hi, I'm Sam McLean, National Director here at GetUp. This weekend, GetUp members just blew me away. Over 6,000 volunteers across the country, everyone from 15-year-olds to 91-year-olds who volunteered for hours with all their energy. Together we reached over 3 million Australians.
I'm concerned about the welfare of the barrier reef.
I just thought this was a great idea, a quick summary and cast your eye over it.
We've had some people actually commenting on how they think it's really important to be able to receive material like this.
It's probably the first I've seen about policy, so it's going to be really good from that perspective.
People have been pretty interested in the scorecards and they like to know what we think.
And I thought that since I can't vote myself, I may as well do something to make a difference.
Regardless of how you feel about the political result, it's incredibly heartening to know what we achieved together. Here's a look of what you did. It was all possible because of your actions and the 17,000 donors chipping in what they could to this people-powered movement. The most exciting fact for me is this. Hundreds of thousands of Australians were able to vote this year because of GetUp members. We pioneered enrolling to vote online and fought to make it legal. Now, 83% of Australians are enrolling using our technology online. There's more. GetUp members reached millions through a groundbreaking Facebook app, neighbour-to-neighbour enrolment drives on the streets, and national headlines about our Enrol for Gold contest, generating over 470 media stories. And our famous High Court case allowed 162,000 people to enrol this year who wouldn't have otherwise voted. The result? This year, overall enrolment is up 30%. Many of these new voters are young, low-income or Indigenous Australians. Exactly the sort of people who most need to be heard. As always, our election plan came from you, GetUp members. We kicked off this campaign with members gathering in 300 local meetings and a national survey to set our priorities.
It was possible to meet people who were on a similar page, but also very willing to put their hands up and make a difference.
We held a meeting here for GetUp. I'm totally amazed how much we have in common right across the whole of Australia.
Then you put those issues on the agenda.
Marriage equality.
Clean renewable energy.
A huge investment in schools. The reason I vote will be to protect the Great Barrier Reef.
In Brisbane, more than 3,000 rallied to protect the reef.
Hey, you, don't you know?
And in Canberra, for clean renewable energy.
His 14-year-old son had read about wind energy and said, "Dad, this is the way to go."
And in Melbourne, for action on climate change.
Let's make this a climate election, let's make this a youth election.
We secured exclusive interviews and footage from within immigration centres.
Little kids, very scared and crying.
And stood up for the human rights of refugees and asylum seekers trapped in offshore detention, with stories that reached millions. We broadcast all the action live each week, including Q&As with Kevin Rudd and Christine Milne, and we invited Tony Abbott to participate too. GetUp members organised 10 candidate forums across the country, which were attended by 66 candidates who answered your questions.
There's an issue about which they feel really strongly.
We added our voices to the groundbreaking campaign to get Gonski education reforms over the line.
What we're trying to do is create a highly educated general population.
In recent weeks, GetUp members ran hard-hitting ads calling out the front page campaign by some Murdoch media.
The political bias presented as news is misleading crap.
That TV ad from GetUp was a huge hit on social media, but it was also supposed to run on the commercial TV networks.
The advertisement is by the independent activist group GetUp. 7 rejected it, so did 10. 9 ran it for 4 days, then they dumped it too.
What we're accusing the networks of is refusing to run ads that they don't agree with.
It's disappointing that they won't stand up for freedom of speech.
Then, on election day itself, more than 6,000 GetUp volunteers handed out an incredible 2.4 million issue scorecards to voters from Western Australia to Western Sydney.
I'm loving handing out stuff for GetUp. People have been excited about it. You get to spend election day hanging out with other people who are as passionate as you are.
It's really important that people think about the issues.
We reached another 600,000 voters online. That's 3 million voters in total. There was a very real risk of the coalition gaining one-party control of the Senate this election. Most Australians don't want one-party rule in Canberra, but many don't understand the enormously complex second ballot, or even what the Senate does. Unfortunately, some senators were elected by apparently huge numbers of accidental votes. We focused on preserving checks and balances in the upper house. So GetUp members stepped up to spread the word on air.
Your vote in the Senate can ensure they don't just have a rubber stamp for anything they want to do.
But how do they become senators?
You don't become a senator, you are chosen.
Reaching over 5.6 million viewers. GetUp was even named by Google as the top Australian political channel online. As we imagined, the Senate has been hotly contested, and voter information was crucial. The next Senate will be an interesting one, to say the least, with half a dozen small parties and independents in the balance of power. That will create a key role for us in holding those senators accountable and helping them to do the same for Tony Abbott's government. We're now entering a new era of Australian politics. It presents many serious challenges and some huge opportunities. For many Australians, Election Day is the end of their active engagement with politics. But for GetUp members, it's just the beginning. We know that politics is too important to be left to politicians. We know that this Parliament will only soar as high as we, its citizens, demand, and some in this Parliament will sink as low as we allow. But today, this GetUp community is larger, more active, more energised, and more powerful than we have ever been, because we know the fair, welcoming, and sustainable society we've been fighting for is on the line. So let's step up.